What's good? It's your man Geri D Fyniz, aka the Melanated God. So, I wanted to give you all a breakdown of my latest single, Talk Black to Me.
Tell me who conscious, tell me who sleep. Sick of fake activists just posting memes. All they doing is masturbating about what their name is, and all victims of the same enemy. Tell me what's the plan, cause you're wasting hella time. All the back and forth you're doing ain't making you a dime. Tell me what's the truth, it's too many all facts. Tell me if you really want it by the hood, but
don't mind the bonnet. It's the best way to hold all my locks, cause my head get hot. Forehead starts sweating. And I'm about to record right now. See? Got my mic set up right here, and got my program open, mixer on, everything's set up. So this is the best way to put these headphones on without getting too sweaty. Let me change the landscape a little bit. Sorry about that. So, like I said, I want to give you all a breakdown of my single Talk Black to Me. Where do I start? The title. So, why did I call the song Talk Black to Me? Now, if you listen to the single I dropped last year called Unapologetic, I was speaking a lot of truths about black empowerment, I should say, knowledge of self, things of that nature.
I'm not sorry. 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 Cause you don't probably give a fuck anyway. I'm not sorry. 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 Cause you don't probably give a fuck anyway.
Of that nature, pretty much that a lot of people may know about, a lot of people may not know about, a lot of people ignore, a lot of people celebrate. But it had a strong black empowerment, pro-black feel to it. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of keep the same momentum, but kind of open up the reach for my specific type of music. You know, because there are some people that may say, oh, he makes conscious music. Some people may say, oh, man, he make music for people that kind of like, you know, they woke, but they still got the street appeal, yada, yada, yada. I say I love all of the critiques, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm an artist. And I like to think of myself as a chameleon. So as an artist, as a chameleon, I can adapt to what I need to in order to basically tell a story. Now, when it comes to what I classify myself as, I just say I'm a truth artist. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm conscious. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. Because at the end of the day, I look at it as I'm an artist with a conscience. I'm not a conscious artist, you know. And I think that was the approach I took with Talk Black to Me. A lot of times you think of a conscious artist as an artist that's only talking about, you know, how much the black woman is God, or, you know, how we shouldn't call ourselves niggas, or all that type of stuff. But I said that word not only in Unapologetic, but also in Talk Black to Me. And it's like, you know, I don't really go by the rules of the conscious community when it comes to getting my message across. So I wouldn't even classify myself as a conscious artist. But the name, though, Talk Black to Me, that came from, it's basically a pun. It's a pun due to the fact that when you think of black, and you know, I'm going to get kind of deep or whatever, but when you think of the word black, you think of original. You know, you think about the original man, the original woman, the original people were black. So when you think about the word original, you think about authentic. You think about organic. You think about something that is basically like one of a kind. That's the first of its kind or whatever. So I wanted to take that and make that the title of the song while still speaking that empowerment talk. So when you hear Talk Black to Me, just think about Talk Real to Me, Talk Original. The first is the original, so that will make it real. And that's basically what Talk Black to Me stands for. Talk Black to Me. I don't need any GMOs. I don't need any, nipped and tucked truths. I don't need any carbon copies. I want that real. So by me asking you to talk black to me, I want you to keep it real with me, regardless of what the subject matter is. That's pretty much what I did. So, I actually designed the cover art of the single myself, and it was kind of like a strategic way of doing things, because if you take a close look at the cover art, and you should be seeing it now, but if you take a close look at the cover art, it's like a brick wall, and that's for a reason. I'm asking you to talk black to me, but it seems as if I'm talking to a brick wall. Because if you think about it, in most cases, people don't keep it real. People don't keep it 100, as they say. A lot of times you got a lot of half-truths. You got, people's beliefs more so wrapped in opinions as opposed to facts. But the thing about the truth is, regardless of if someone likes it or not, the truth is going to be the truth. So it's going to be something that you're going to either take it or leave it. And that's pretty much what I wanted to do with Talk Black to Me. Now, getting into some of the bars I broke down, because one apparent thing that you will notice, if you listen to the entire song, which is only 2 minutes and 52 seconds, it's not a long song, but when you listen to the complete song, you notice that there isn't a specific hook, and that was intentional. It was basically meant for you to be hit with so much information so quickly that you have to rewind it. You have to kind of repeat it. You have to keep listening to it to ultimately grasp everything I was saying. So, I basically kicked it off just speaking on things that I'm knowledgeable of. Tell me who getting it, tell me who ain't. I can read between the lines, most can't. And truth be told, a lot of people, they get wrapped up in the frills and the bells and the whistles and things of that nature. But in most cases, when it's the truth, you don't have to really attach no hook to it. You don't have to attach no special type, effect to it to the point that it's going to grab people's attention and bring them in. When it's the truth, they're going to be pulled in by that truth, because most people that respect the truth and they like the truth are going to crave the truth. But the problem is, I don't make music for most people. And actually, that's not a problem. I don't make music for most people, because most people did not like Unapologetic, and that's perfectly fine, because the people who are the audience that I want to listen to Unapologetic loved it. You can go on the YouTube page or the audio stream. I got so much positive feedback for that song, and I really appreciate that. And that was the same thing I wanted to kind of carry over with Talk Black to Me. So, like I say, tell me who getting it, tell me who ain't. I can read between the lines, most can't. Perception is a motherfucker wearing a busted rubber, giving birth to all of y'all fakes. I don't really need to explain that too much. It's pretty self-explanatory, because I don't know if you ever heard the expression that perception is a motherfucker. Right. It is a motherfucker wearing a busted rubber, giving birth to all of these fakes, because everywhere you look, it's a new fake popping up. Whether it's in music, whether it's in the conscious community, whether it's in politics, whether it's anywhere. You got so many fakes popping up, because that seems to be the nature of how things are received nowadays. Like, being fake gets you so far, not even so far. It gets you places in a quicker manner, you know what I'm saying? But, being real is still something I choose to do. And the best thing about being real is you can't fake being real, because if you're perceived to be a certain way, but you're fake with it, it's going to show eventually. It's been plenty of examples of people that have been outed as scam artists, has been outed as fake people, all of this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's because you can't fake being real. If you're a real person, it's going to show. If you're a genuine person, it's going to show. People are going to respect it, and people are going to rock with you based off of the fact that you this real person, you this genuine person, and we appreciate that. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got to remember what I said now. Yeah, but perception's a motherfucker when a bust forever giving birth to all y'all fakes. Tell me who gangster, tell me who not. Tell me who lying about work that they got. Tell me who's screaming this, they blocking they did shit about these race social problems. Now, I'm from the hood. I'm from one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Chicago, known as Roseland. I seen a lot of stuff growing up. I knew people that did stuff that I'm not going to say, because, like, that's irrelevant right now. But at the end of the day, I did stuff myself, but definitely not going to say that, But I don't glorify anything that I've done or know of negative in the past due to the fact that a lot of that stuff was learning experiences. I'm not even going to say I have regrets about stuff because I learned a lot from things that I experienced that made me the person I am today. And that's the reason why I make the kind of music I make, because I want to reach out to that person like myself. Somebody that kind of came from a rough situation and made the best out of it, that really wants to speak to those people that are in that same predicament. You in a certain atmosphere, a certain environment, but you're not of it. I can remember several times that I would meet people and I would tell them where I was from. They said, man, but you ain't even like the people out there. And, my response was always, I'm not a product of my environment. My environment is a product of me. I can change it just like I change my shoes. And that goes over a lot of people's head because they feel like, okay, well, if you from the hood, you got to be this way. You ain't real, yada, yada, yada. But that's the thing, it's a certain mentality that people bestow upon themselves that feel like, okay, I have to be this way because I'm from this area, I'm from this neighborhood. When the fact of the matter is, you can be whatever you want to be. Your neighborhood does not necessarily determine who you are. But at the end of the day, people going to do what they want to do. So moving on a little bit. Tell me who conscious, tell me who sleep. And that was like one of the main things I really wanted to shed light on in this little breakdown. Because there are no rules to being aware, enlightened, conscious, woke, whatever you want to call it, pro-black, whatever. But a lot of people feel that there are. I'm going to go a little deeper on that subject, actually, in one of my video blogs that's going to come out soon. So stay tuned for my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com, Geri D Fyniz TV. Subscribe and set up notifications there so you can I can go in on that whole conscious and black empowerment topic because it's an important one. I think it's a very important one because there are a lot of people that have questions that they can't ask members of the conscious community because for some strange reason, when you talk to people that call themselves the conscious community, they feel like, oh, you're supposed to know this because you black. You're supposed to already know this. Like no one ever had questions. No one ever was asleep. No one ever did not know what it was. But that's something for another subject, another day. Anyways, continuing on with this breakdown to talk black to me. I pretty much went in more on that subject matter. The whole thing of buying black, building the economy, the black neighborhood, the black dollar, everything. And just got to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much stuff happening right now in this day and age. People coning left and right, trying to get attention, trying to get pats on the head from these white supremacists, trying to get in their good graces so they can run with their little biscuits saying, oh, look what I got. And we don't have time for that. It's too late in the game for that. You sabotaging black progress or black lives, we're going to stop you from breathing. That's a promise. That's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about survival for us now. We have to look at it like that. People were real happy about the Black Panther movie and everything like that. But, once you get back into reality, we have no physical Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? We have the ability to create something economically to resemble a Wakanda when we have our own power and things of that nature. But, you can't get wrapped up in a fantasy. And, what I'm saying? And all these people that's trying to sabotage that, whether they white supremacists or coons, like, real people not standing for that, myself included. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for us to actually be about what we about and just move on the mark of empowerment of our people. You know what I'm saying? Moving on a little bit deeper into the song, I went in on the whole subject of tell me who, good or whack when it comes to rappers, because at the end of the day, I'm an artist still. I don't want people to forget that. I'm pro-black. You know what I'm saying? I love my people. I love my people. And when I say my people, I mean people that share that same mindset of empowerment, economics. I'm not talking about somebody that's just black in race. I'm talking about the mindset, because there's plenty of people that's black in race. They melanated, all that type of stuff, but they still team white supremacy. Fuck them people. Motherfuck them people. Like, real talk. I'm not ratting for them people. I'm not one of these black people that feel like, oh, they all my brothers, they all my sisters. No. If you ratting for the enemy, you're not my brother, you're not my sister. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm ratting for people that are ratting for their race like I am. Those black first people, those people that are about empowerment. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's my number one agenda. That's my number one purpose. And you don't really hear too many artists standing on that due to the fact that they feel like they don't want to alienate themselves from other races of people that may like their music. Do you realize that I got love off of Unapologetic in Romania? Romania is a European country that's like, if not 100% damn near 100% white. You know, I get love all the time from other races on my pro-black music. So people that feel like they don't want to be about their people because they don't want to lose off on fans, you know, that's just tiptoeing on the coon train. That's buck dancing to me. I'm not going to stop my agenda, my message, just for the sake of offending somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if loving myself and my people offends you, you're a white supremacist. Case closed. And I don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So on Talk Black to me, I really wanted to show people that you can do music, you can do anything and still carry a pro-black message, being unapologetic with it. You know what I'm saying? Too many times people worried about what somebody else may think, whether they're a black person or another race. But at the end of the day, you have to love yourself. You have to wear that with a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get wrapped up in like the little trivial things, the little symbolic gestures, like how people were dressing up for the Black Panther movie, and that's fine. You know, but if you're not living that lifestyle outside of a movie theater or outside of the month of February, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You basically asking for permission to love yourself and empower yourself. Forget that. We about this 24/7, 365. When I say we, I'm talking about people that share that mindset of empowerment. You know, so it is what it is. So basically, like I said, with Talk Black to me, it was all about asking people to keep it real with me on all these different subjects. There was no hook put in the song because I wanted to stay on the topic. I don't want to just draw you away from something that was going to make you feel like, oh yeah, I could dance to this. But at the same time, I don't know if you saw the video of the little kids dancing.
Oh, facts. Tell me if you really want it by the hood, babe. Tell me when you started. Matter of fact, let me see it. I ain't got time for goofy, just playing make believe. We in a war zone, I don't know what y'all thinking. If you get caught slipping, might end up leaking. I ain't preaching, most of y'all dimwits won't believe it till you see it. All this coon ain't gon' catch you. We'll be the sabotaging black lives. We gon' stop you from breathing. That was a promise, not a threat. Them hitters are ready when
people are going to turn up to the song because of the beat, and that's like an important message right there. I wanted to sneak in some real tangible information and knowledge while still entertaining, because you know, a lot of people feel like, oh, we're not trying to entertain you, yada yada yada. I mean, it's music at the end of the day. It's supposed to make you feel good. I'm not one of those uber woke people that feel like, oh, we shouldn't be entertained, we should just be studying, we should just, no, that's ridiculous. You'll just be a one-sided type of person if you live your life with that mentality. That's not me. I like listening to music. I like listening to trap music. I like listening to R&B, you know, jazz, soul, whatever. And I understand the power of music. Music is to make you feel good. Music is to touch your soul. That's why I want to make the type of music that does that. You know, it can still have a pro-black feel. It can still be for the streets. It can still have that trap feel to it. It can still be hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole sole purpose of Talk Black to me. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted it to resonate with a younger audience, even though I got love for people around my age range, you know what I'm saying, a little bit older. But, you know, for that younger audience, that 18 up to 25 audience that, you know, basically feels like, man, you know what I'm saying, like the only artist that I can listen to is these type of artists because, you know, ain't nobody really doing nothing hot. You know, because if you think about it, and this is not a shot to, you know, artists that consider themselves conscious artists, but in most cases, artists that consider themselves to be conscious artists, a lot of their music be boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, it's just being honest. It be boring because, for one, you talking about things that the average person may not know. And it's not even because they don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't learn this information because it wasn't exposed to them at an early age. You know, like I said, I didn't come into the scale of enlightenment I'm at now until I was like well in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I knew some things, like the basic things that you taught that you have to unlearn and then relearn the truth. But I knew other things outside of it. I went to an African-centered school growing up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't have a full understanding of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really learn that outside of school, you know, just from talking to other people that wanted to be that voice for me. So I want to be able to do the same thing with my music. And I think Talk Black to me allows me to open up that door to offer, you know, that person that may be curious about the information, yet they still like trap music, but they want to enlighten themselves as well. And that's why I said I'm going to go real deep on that subject and specific on my video blog. But this is mainly just to give a breakdown of Talk Black to me. I didn't want to get too long and ramble a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the count. It's over 20 minutes now. But that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's about keeping it real with me. Keep it real with me regardless of what I'm talking about. You know, and because I'm going to do the same thing with you. I said that in the end. I said that in the end for a reason. I'm going to keep it a $150 like a bezel and a fitted. Flying high but a fuck shit without no plans of a dissension. You know, so stay tuned. I got a new single dropping this month. And actually, the new single is called $150. So stay tuned for that single dropping this month. You know, it's produced by the same guy that produced Talk Black to me, the homie Kevin Frytz. Shout out to him. And, you know, just trying to move into a positive direction, making great music that can touch more than just the conscious community, the woke people. You know, I'm not necessarily trying to have everybody listening to it because at the end of the day, it's about black empowerment. And you have some people out there that don't really care about that. And I'm not even talking about white supremacists or other people. I'm talking about black people. You got some black people, unfortunately, that do not care about black empowerment. You know, because they automatically feel that it's against the attention that they may get from white people. And, you know, to hell with them people. Because I'm only going for the like-minded people, the fam, that share the same thing I feel. Love for self, black first. So it's your man Geri D Fyniz. If you got to the end of this video, please like and subscribe. Also activate the notifications so that you can see more videos from me like this in the future. I'm going to keep pumping out that quality music that you love to hear. Much love to you. Peace.
We in a war zone, I don't know what y'all thinking. If you get caught slipping, might end up leaking. I be talking real shit, nigga, I ain't preaching. Most of y'all dimwits won't believe it till you see it. All this coon ain't gon' catch you. We'll be the sabotaging black lives, we gon' stop you from breathing. That was a promise, not a threat. Them hitters are ready. When shit hit the fan, they keep asking for sex while they aiming. Won't be no more talking to asking for justice. If you opposition, you faded. Revolution ain't winning if you waiting and begging for some permission.